just to say that you can be a PhD student at an Ivy League institution and still fail your classes.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I am a second-year PhD student in History and African American Studies, and currently I'm back home in the Bay Area visiting family. I'm heading back to New Haven next week, but today I'm gonna go ahead and take you along for this little week in my life. I slept in a little bit this Monday morning, but now need to get my day started, so I'm actually gonna head into Palo Alto. I'm gonna go to Verve Coffee and get some work done there. I just need a different environment. I need to leave my room. I have so much work I need to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and take you along. Let's go get some coffee and get some work done. Now I am back home. I worked at Verve for a couple hours and then I had to go move my car. So I am back home and I have some bad news. So I need to withdraw from my Spanish reading course. I am falling behind and I am not understanding the material. It's just going way too fast. By chapter 2, you're expected to be able to read a full paragraph of text in Spanish and translate it. And I just can't comprehend it. I already struggle with language and it's just going too quickly. Had I known that, I probably would have changed my schedule around a heck of a lot more, but I'm just having so much trouble with it. I really need a tutor if I'm going to do well in the course, and I'm going to email the DGS and see what other options I have because this is not working in my favor. I know that spring semester I'm likely going to have a bit more of an open schedule, so I'm going to see if there's any way I can try to do the course then or figure out some alternative because this is just not it. So I'm going to email the DGS and figure out what to do. I've not had to withdraw from a course since community college and I feel so embarrassed and like stupid and all of the things, but I can't keep up with the pace of it. It's so fast. I'm taking notes and I'm trying to be thorough, but I just don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. So that's where we're at right now. But I spent my entire morning studying Spanish and now I'm gonna have to drop the course. So just to say that you can be a PhD student at an Ivy League institution and still fail your classes. So I'll check in a little while later once I figure out what the heck I'm gonna do. So peace out, Girl Scout. All right, I'm done panicking now. I spoke to the DGS. I'm gonna have a call with him tomorrow, but I looked at the program requirements and I just need to have the language done by the end of my second year. I can technically do it in the spring. I think that'll be better because honestly, the summer course just moves way too freaking fast. It's just so stressful. Like, I need to get the languages in because I think they're really important and also obviously they're part of my requirements, but I'm so bad at languages. Always have been. And I just find it really challenging, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to take it in the spring because then I don't have a ton of other classes. I'll probably be preparing for my comprehensive exams. I am disappointed. I obviously wanted to get that requirement out of the way, but I have always struggled with summer classes and I've always struggled with language courses. Summer courses always move so quickly. It's too much for me and my brain, especially when it's a concept that I don't understand. I remember I took a statistics course over the summer, which I also had to withdraw, and summer classes are just really challenging. So
that's what's going on. No more language course for the summer, but I do have a million other things I need to be doing. So I am going to go ahead and work with Chloe and do a bit of work on some brand deals, YouTube videos, that kind of thing. And I also need to do some reading. I got a bunch of books the other day when I was with Katie, and I did not show them in the vlog from when I was at Berkeley. So I figured I'd show you guys them because these are books that I will likely have on my comprehensive exam list. And they're just good books for me to have in general. So I have Lose Your Mother, A Journey Along the Atlantic Slave Route by Saidiya Hartman. Saidiya Hartman is one of the most pervasive thinkers in the field of slavery studies, and I have read her article, Venus in Two Acts, but I have not read Lose Your Mother yet, and it's been on my reading list for a while, and I was really excited to find a copy in the bookstore, so I will be reading this. I also got Accounting for Slavery, Masters in Management by Caitlin Rosenthal. I am somebody that really likes quant, so I like quantitative analyses, and so I've heard about this book on multiple occasions. I've never had it assigned, but I just thought it would be a good one for my collection to have. And also, like I said, I really like quantitative studies, and I think this one will be really interesting. So I'm excited about that one. I also got Teaching to Transgress, Education as the Practice of Freedom by Bell Hooks. I am trying to build out my kind of pedagogical training reading list of sorts. This probably isn't going to be on my exams, but I just thought it would be an important one to keep in my collection. So I'm trying to fill out my collection with a lot more Bell Hooks and Audre Lorde. So I was really excited to see that this was available. And also they're all in such pristine condition. There are some notes. This person has beautiful handwriting. So I'm excited to dig into that one. And then lastly, I have The Reaper's Garden, Death and Power in the World of Atlantic Slavery by Vincent Brown. Brown is a professor at Harvard, and he does a lot of work on the slave trade. He also wrote a book on Tacky's Rebellion, which I read for class last semester. And I've always wanted to dig into this one. There's another book about social death, which I really want to read, and I can't quite remember what the title is. Very excited for this and all the books that I found. I have to figure out how I'm actually going to get them back to New Haven, which is a later Kaylin problem, but very excited. So I'm gonna do a bit of work on accounting and doing some reading. I do want to keep working on my reading out of Jennifer Morgan's Reckoning with Slavery. I want to be able to talk to my advisor about it in the fall, so I just need to keep reading very thoroughly. So I'm going to dedicate at least an hour to that today. I'm going to go ahead and jump on Zoom with Miss Chloe Landis and try to get a bit of work done and see what I manage to complete now that I don't have my Spanish course anymore. I just wanted to chat a little bit about the options. So I know we spoke last time about making sure that I finish up the kind of coursework requirements this fall. And so is there a reading for Spanish course offered in the spring that's offered during like typical term time? So that's kind of my thinking at the moment. I will talk to and just see what his recommendation is. I think that I just need a little bit more time to work through the material. Okay, that seems like a good plan. So it is the next day. As you saw, I spoke with the DGS and went over the requirements, so it's gonna be okay. So long as I get the requirement done by the end of my second year, it's gonna be fine. It was nice talking to him because he basically just assured me that I'm still on the right track and it's gonna be okay, but nonetheless, it is something that I do feel embarrassed about. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it online, but here's the deal. My YouTube channel is my own personal experience, good, bad, ugly, everything, and I don't want anybody that watches my videos to think that I have it completely together and that everything I do ends up going perfectly well. It does not. I fail a lot, and the point being that the more you fail, the less scary and panic-inducing it becomes. For sure, I was worried about it yesterday, but you know, it doesn't jeopardize my position in the program. I'll talk to my advisor, see if he recommends anything slightly different. I know I need to be able to translate a document. I just need to figure out how it is that I can gain that experience and that training. If anything, I might end up just hiring a Spanish tutor. I also have the option of taking a course in the spring, so that's another backup if I don't find somebody and I can't just do the kind of like translation prep. So that's what's going on. I feel much better now that I spoke to the DGS, and it's gonna be okay. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work. I have some reading that I need to be doing today, and I also need to do some editing on a YouTube video. I sent out some sponsored content for review. I have a bunch of emails with my manager. I don't think I ever actually announced this on my YouTube channel, but I officially have a YouTube brand deal manager. I'm working with Natalie Barbu at Rella Social, and I'm so excited to work with her. I've worked with her in the past in a consulting capacity, but she is now helping me manage all of my brand deals, and I am so unbelievably thankful to her for everything that she's been doing. She is a rock star. She is also so good at communicating, which I really appreciate, and we are working on a couple different possible arrangements. So working on that at the moment. And I have my to-do list for today nicely arranged, and that's my plan. I also have dinner tonight with my friends who I met through the horseback riding industry. We're gonna go to a place called Milagros, which is in Redwood City. So that's what's going on at the moment. I thank you for watching and sticking with me as I had a mini mental breakdown yesterday, but it's all good. And now we're gonna move on to the next stage. So here we go. Hello everyone, good morning. It is now Thursday. I am so sorry for not vlogging yesterday. I know I just keep saying that. I will say it is weird vlogging here again. I'm not in my normal state of being. I feel weird filming out in public with my friends or family because majority of them don't quite get the YouTube thing, but I am working this morning on a very exciting project. I can't tell you about it quite yet, but it should be launching very, 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 very soon. I've been working on it for months, and I'm really excited for it to come out. I think it'll help a lot of people, and I am working on that this morning here, and then I don't really have anything scheduled for the rest of the day. I was gonna potentially do a photo shoot with my sister, but I have a feeling that's probably not going to happen. I am just going to be working, and then I might go out into public and do a little bit of reading. I have really been enjoying getting to go work places that are not my room and getting to see people, and it just feels like back in the day when I used to study at the library or the coffee shop. When I was in community college, I used to go to this boba place that was open until 11 p.m. It was the only place down near my grandparents' place that would be open that late, and I lived with my grandparents the final year in community college. I would get home from work at 5 and would take a nap, and then for an hour, then I'd have dinner, and then I would go to that boba shop and study until 11. And one thing that was really nice about it was that they didn't have the Wi-Fi password readily available, so you had to go up and ask for it. And so what I would do is I would get there and I would just make it so that way I had everything that I needed. So I'd make sure I had all the readings and whatnot, and then I would just work without Wi-Fi. And in a way it was kind of nice because then I couldn't really use my phone, and I definitely couldn't use my computer to just mess around, and I'd end up getting a lot of reading done. That's when I used to take one of my early Western civilization courses, so just a random memory of sorts. But I'm going to be working on that project this morning, and then I may or may not relocate later today. I just have a lot of work that I need to get done. I also have a bunch of stuff for accepted that I should probably get sorted. So that is the current update. Let's go ahead and get started and try to make this as productive a day as it can possibly be. It is a couple hours later. I have in fact changed shirts, but I am back in the same spot I was before because I've been sitting here editing this video and I am contemplating whether I want to get in my car and go all the way to Palo Alto to get boba, guys. I am an addict. I have a problem. I recognize it and I absolutely choose not to do anything about it. That being said, going there would be an effort, and I would definitely do it if I were with my sister, but she's at work, and so I'm stuck here working. So I'm here alone, not with anybody on Zoom, and I'm contemplating. I think my grandma just got home. But yeah, so that's my current status. I will update you later and decide whether or not I'm going to make the wild journey up to Palo Alto. I feel like I need like another excuse. I can't just go for boba. I'm pondering. So I postponed my boba run until tomorrow because I do have some errands I'm gonna need to run up in Palo Alto. And now I'm actually heading to meet my grandparents for dinner. They want to go to the Rustic House in Los Altos, and they're currently heading back from the city, or SF for those that don't live in the Bay Area. And then we'll have dinner and then I'll come back and do a little bit more work. Been a very good productive day. I got all the things done that I was planning on getting done, which never happens. And I have some documents and things to review for clients, but it's been a good productive day, which I really appreciate. So anyway, I'm gonna go to dinner. Check in with you guys in a little while. Right, well, you guys seem to like my car chats, and I was driving home and started feeling really sad and suddenly remembering all of these things about like my childhood and being with Karin and like just not wanting to be a grown-up. Like I don't want to be an adult. I don't want to have all these responsibilities. Whenever I'm feeling this way, like feeling a little distraught or dramatic, I go to the park near my dad's old place, and I really wanted to just like sit outside, but there were all these families and all these kids, which like if anything actually made it worse because I just was looking at all these kids like playing and having a grand old time. I don't know, and just like thinking about the days when it was just me and Karin. Ugh, I don't know, it's weird. I also just miss my little sister. Like she's 12 years younger than me, so I haven't been around for much of her adolescence, and she's just changing so much, and she's growing up, and I don't know. I don't like it. I get this way, like I get this like weird, sentimental, nostalgic, sad, like feeling when I'm home sometimes, and I just miss being a kid. It's not a bad feeling. It's honestly like this kind of like happy, nostalgic feeling, but sad because it's like this weird like grief of that it's over. I don't like it. This is what's going on. This is what's going on in my head. I was having a really wonderful, productive day, and then all of a sudden this like wave of like grief about not being a kid anymore just suddenly like hit me. So that's what we're working with right now, and I'm gonna go back inside and get some work done and watch Gossip Girl because that's what makes me feel good, or Gilmore Girls, either one. So I'll probably check in with you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. I am up bright and early because I am going to go shoot a little TikTok video. I was trying to film it last night, but there were so many people around and I felt really awkward about it, and also I was just like feeling sad. I'm gonna go film this video and then I'm gonna come back and get some work done. It is really early, it's like 6:30, but I have this idea in mind and I need to go film it when people aren't around. So I'm feeling much better this morning. I got a good night's sleep and am no longer feeling sad and nostalgic and whatever. I think it was just a moment and I just leaned into it, and now we're gonna go ahead and move on with today. Today is a big reading day. Today I'm going to read for my dissertation and take some good quality notes. Also, huge news, Zotero, the citation management system, now allows you to annotate PDFs in the app. This is huge, guys. This is monumental for us academics. So I am going to also look at Zotero today, give it an update, and take a look and start working on it, and I would like to eventually put a video together. A lot of people have asked me to do a citation management system or like software review / video. So I have used citation management systems, but I haven't found one that I like. But now I think there may be a winner. So I'm going to go check it out today and report back. But I'm going to go ahead and go film this video and take you guys along, and then we'll figure it out. I am back home now. I went and got some breakfast and coffee. I went to Bluestone Lane. They just opened a new spot in Los Altos, so I went ahead and got a latte, and I got their breakfast bowl, which looks so incredibly good. Definitely excited to eat that. It's got avocado, farro, poached egg, kale, etc. So looks very good. And I went and filmed my video for TikTok. I have a ton of work I need to do today. Like I said, I'm going to be working on some readings, and I also would ideally like to get some work done for Accepted. I need to send out the team kind of check-in email. I need to make sure that we're all kind of like working on all cylinders, because at the moment we're doing well, but I think organizationally I have to figure out what to do as a manager in order to get the best out of my team. I've never had a role of this sort. I've managed horses and clients and that kind of thing, but I've never had a role managing in a business capacity. And when you have certain things that you have to have solid ROI on, so return on investment, and you want to make sure that certain things are functioning well, it adds a whole layer of difficulty or kind of organization that you have to stay on top of. So I'm still figuring it out. And luckily my team is amazing and they stick with me even though I'm still trying to figure everything out. I'm going to do some organizational stuff. I'm going to pull out my planner and kind of come up with my game plan for today. What I like to do at the beginning of the day is kind of time block out what things I need to do. So I'll write down the to-do list, but then I'll kind of come up with a game plan for how it is I'm going to actually get those things done. I don't set like a time limit for the things that I need to get done, but I'll say like, okay, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to work on this project, and then I'm going to take a break, and that kind of thing. I'm now rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and get to work, drink my coffee. I've been up since 6, so it's now about 8:30, and I'm in need of some caffeine. I know it doesn't look like I went anywhere to you guys, but I actually did go out and have lunch with my friend Ariana. Ariana, I met back when I was in preschool. Her dad and my dad were friends. We went to school together, and we were in this group with 2 other girls, Sienna and Sybil. We were like best friends in kindergarten, and we did everything together. And it's really nice because when I come back, Ariana's usually in the area. So it's really nice to catch up with her and just chat about life and what's been going on and all of those things. And then afterward, I went to Stanford Shopping Center. I had this idea that I was going to go to Abercrombie & Fitch because there was this one dress that I really wanted to buy, but I hate ordering things online. And so I was like, well, it's close, so I'll just go. But then Abercrombie is now closed. So that was a bust. So I ended up going to Madewell, and I actually found a pair of jeans that fits. And I have the worst luck with jeans because I'm 6 feet tall and I have legs like a freaking giraffe. And so no pants fit the length of my leg while also like fitting my waist, because I have a relatively small waist, but I have really crazy long legs. And the average inseam is like a 28, and the extended inseam for tall is usually like a 30. And I'm probably more like a 34. So I went into Madewell and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to check. I've literally never tried jeans on in store there because I figure they're not going to have my size. But the girl pulled a pair of jeans for me. I tried them on and they fit perfectly. which never happens. So I bought them. And then I really wanted to get biker shorts, so I got a pair of biker shorts and a top from Lululemon, and that was enough money to be spent in one day. So now I'm back. I showered, obviously, and my hair is sopping wet, so I'm going to keep it in a towel for right now, even though it looks funny. I am going to be doing a little bit of reading, and then I'm gonna have dinner with my grandparents. Tomorrow morning, my sister and I are gonna go to a photo shoot, so I need to figure out kind of the plan for that. We're gonna go get up really early and go to SF, so that way we can get pictures with the Golden Gate. And that's pretty much the update. I'm gonna go ahead and actually end off today's video because it is a little bit long. I want to be able to do a little weekend in my life starting tomorrow, and I'll take you guys along for that. I'm gonna film probably through Monday because I'm gonna be flying back to Pennsylvania. I'm flying from SF to DC and then DC to State College. And then I'm gonna go pick up my car, go pick up Moo, and then make my way back to New Haven. I am dying to get back to my apartment and to my dog and get my life in order again because it feels very chaotic at the moment because I don't have all my stuff and my space and everything. So anyway, I'm rambling too much. That's what I do. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you have yet to subscribe. Also remember to hit the bell notification so you're notified when I post next.